everyone, welcome and welcome back. This is the iFL1 iFormula League. It is just me tonight for now in the commentary box, Jason Sawford, and I welcome you all to what is going to be a great round 3 at Suzuka. This is a brilliant circuit in the heartland of Japan, and we've seen some brilliant racing in rounds 1 and 2 with Igor Filipic taking both wins so far, and that is fairly well reflected in the championship standings, as we see there Filipic up at the top on 52 points. Avon Haugland on 38. I believe I'm correct in saying he's come second best in both attempts so far, and then we have Jeremy Shipley in third at the moment, Christina Ryan in fourth, and Caitlin Height in fifth. Then you see the rest of the drivers there, 15 drivers at the moment scoring points over the 2 races that we have seen so far. And there's the Drivers' Championship. Let's see how the constructors are doing. Naturally, with the leader of the Drivers' Championship on their side, Pleb Racing, is at the top with 62 points. That's nearly double of what Racing Lab Esports has on 39. Then Raspberries Racing, we saw their 2 drivers in 4th and 5th in the Drivers' Championship. They're on 32. Belford Racing on 34th, and Orion Racing in 5th on 10. And Cuda Works at the moment the only team not to score any points. So hopefully they will be looking to change that today. But let's see if I can have a look at how they qualified. There it is. So, Igor Filipic up at the top. To be fair, no real surprises. You may have seen how it's gone in the last 2 races, and there's no difference today by the looks of things, with Avon Haugland in second place. Not too far away. Got 3 tenths to find on him, but still very impressive from the Racing Lab Esports car. Jeremy Shipley in third, with Thomas Barnes in fourth, and Christina Ryan rounding out the top 5. Victor Barris, that's a name that I do not recognise. So I believe that is his first time racing in this season at least. Rodrigo Miranda in 7th, Elisa Long in 8th. Alex Shanna is in 9th, with Caitlin Height in 10th. And yet we are having 15 drivers for today's race. So it is a pretty respectable field. 15 or 16th. I saw that someone didn't qualify. So we may have 16. But either way, they're just doing their warm-up at the moment, so it should be about 30 seconds till we get to the grid. And I personally am looking forward to a great race here. We always see great racing, hopefully some great battles at the top as well. Maybe less shenanigans under safety car this time. If you hadn't seen the race at Brazil 2 weeks ago, I do recommend watching it, because it was a great one to watch, great one to broadcast over as well. So I recommend that after this one, if you're not doing anything, then you might want to go and have a look at that. But it looks like we are just about getting ready here to begin the race. Just waiting for everyone to grid up. So we've got about half the grid to go. There's our pole sitter gridding up. We've got the front 2 rows are up now. just waiting on 2 to grid. And then we can see about getting this race underway. The final driver to grid may not be racing. That's could be why he didn't qualify. See, getting ready, they're gridding. The lights are on. For this 52 lap race, we got 5 laps, green flag being called, and the lights are out, and Filipic hasn't gone. Filipic just didn't go on the lights. There might have been desync there, but that's caused absolute mayhem here. I expect a safety car pretty much immediately, but we'll see how the top, how the field at the top is doing. But is there going to be a safety car? It doesn't look like there is one, otherwise it would have come out by now, surely. And Haven Haugland's just been promoted to the lead immediately. Jeremy Shipley in second, there we go, yellow flag is out now. That just gives us an opportunity to go back and have a look at what happened here. It looks like... Oh, unfortunately, Filipic just didn't go. That's a car flipping there as well. Just trying to see who was involved in all of that. Likely the people who are currently in the pits or at the back. Looks like... Who was the one that flipped over? Yeah, Thomas Varnes. Unfortunately flipping over. Looks like that right rear has broken on that car as well. Try and get some more angles actually. Focusing on Rodrigo Miranda here, who just had nowhere to go in all of that. Obviously it's very tight on the grid as it is, but when cars are coming across the track like that, there is absolutely nothing you can do. And Luis Caron now, just pulling over to the side. That's a front right suspension gone. And well, fortunately I know that he did jump to pits. So, opportunity to try and catch breath here a little bit under the safety car, unfortunately. I said we didn't want any safety car shenanigans, but it looks like, well, the safety car doesn't go any quicker at road courses than it does on ovals, so they're going to be stuck to pretty much pit lane speed through the entire lap. You're going to be seeing, I'd reckon, at least 3-minute lap times. So, unfortunately, heat in those tyres, you see they're not even bothering to weave because there's no point. You're not going to get any heat in them anyway. So, frankly, it is just absolute waste of time. But let's have a go over the order now. So Haugland in first. After that, as we've said, Shipley's in second. Christina Ryan's made her way up to third position. Starting from fifth, Victor Barris up to fourth from sixth. And Jason Kinger being a large gainer out of all of that, actually. He has gone up by 6 positions. Started in 11th, is now in 5th. Starting in 11th, I thought he'd get a free choice of tyre, but he's gone with the softs, when most of the people around him are on mediums. In fact, there's no one else on the softs. Pretty much everyone's on mediums apart from 3 cars who have opted for the hard tyre. Then we've got Alex Shanna in 6th positions. Lisa Long in 7th. They've gained 1. Caitlin Height up 2 in 8th. Juan Jose Gonzalez in 9th, up 3, and we can see our pole sitter without a front wing, so he hasn't gone into the pits yet. But we saw from Brazil that this firmly does not mean that he's out, especially since he can drive that one back. Absolutely does not mean that he is out of the race, because we saw not last week, a week before, last race, that he got involved in one of the pile-ups just out of the Senna S, reset to pits, got it repaired, and then was able to continue on. He was in last place, I believe, and win the race. If I remember rightly, that did spark a bit of controversy. Just reading the announcement now. But, yeah, you can only fast repair if you can drive your car back to the pits. So they do have a fast repair in this race, but you can only use it if you drive it back to the pits. So those who have jumped back to the pits, they will have had to turn their fast repairs off first, as we see Filipich coming in as well as Height. So those are the ones who have jumped back to the pits will be needing to do repairs manually. And safety car times are slower than I thought when you see 4-minute 54 lap times coming in. That is not what you want to see. Hopefully the safety car is going to be in this lap, because that's... well, frankly, those people coming in for repairs are going to be back with them by turn 2, I'd imagine. Actually, that's actually no slower to go through the pits. Sure, Caitlin High has dropped back to the back of the field, but unfortunately there's no way she's getting any warmth in those tyres, because when she came out, she was already on the back of the train. As we see Filipich now with a front wing, with hard tyres on, and he's already back. I think I share the sentiment with everyone that we really do wish that we could just make this pace car go quicker. Because obviously in real life, Bernd Mailander in whichever pace car they're using on the day, whether it be the Aston Martin or the Mercedes, obviously he's absolutely ragging it around the track in basically GT3 spec car, and that's just perfect for the F1 cars. They're going much slower than usual, and they're able to keep tyre temperatures. Obviously, we see people complaining about it a lot, but they should try this. I see the speed of the cars about 70 kilometers an hour. So, not even going highway speeds. Well, let's have a quick look at the chat. So, we have support in chat for Christina Ryan, and we also have support for Aidan Howland. Luckily for both of you, they didn't get involved in the mess of the first lap. Well, before the first corner. I think for yeah, for some of them it was pretty much purely being on the correct side of the grid. Seems like, weirdly enough, even though the pole sitter didn't get going on the lights, it seems like those that were in the second, well, the even slots of the grid fared worse. Shipley started in third. Ryan started in fifth. Then, obviously, Howland was starting in second. He was able to get away before all of that happened. And then you got Barris who started in sixth as the next car to have not been affected by that on that side of the grid. So luckily the safety car lights are off, which means we will be getting going this lap. You see a couple of drivers trying to get some temperature into their tyres. Not sure how effective it's going to be, so hopefully they remember the lessons learned from Brazil. They're going to have to be very, very, very careful off the start. Because the last thing you want to do on a safety car restart is spin it off into a wall on your own. But we see Howland just backing the field up slightly more, seeing when he's going to bolt, and there he goes. He is gone. Going to be waving the green flag at any minute. And there it is. Oh, and people are already off. I shouldn't have said anything at all. Victor Barris is in the pits now, and looks like height was involved as well. I'm not too sure what happened. I'll have to have a look once the action has calmed down. But oh, that's Rory Collins off as well and into a wall. Where's that? That's firmly beached, sir. I don't think you're getting it out there, unfortunately. Igor Filipic gained a couple of spots by the looks of things out of all of that. And why is Howland down? Howland's off the track! There's so much action that I cannot keep up with it all. How did this happen? All cold tyres, as I said. They're still not up to temperature. Oh, that's a big hit on the wall as well. That just shows how careful you have to be. Howland's second place in the championship, first place in the race, and he's off and decided to put it into the pits. So now we've got three drivers, well, now two drivers sitting in the pits. And this is bringing out Shanna to 30. But Elisa Long wants that third position and has now got that third position. The chase is on to try and catch and pass Christina Ryan in second. Shipley come across the line to lead the first green flag lap of this race. And Shanna's going to look for a move down the inside into turn one. Very good opportunity and a very good move by looks of things, but Long isn't done yet. We're not quite going to make it side by side through the S's. That's not the best idea. Especially as their tyres may still not be as warm as they all want them. We have the two DriveX Esports cars pretty close to each other on track as well, sitting 6th and 7th. But it almost feels slightly alien seeing these cars going so quickly around the track after seeing them under safety car. It feels a bit strange. But as you can see by the timings, we've got everyone pretty close together, although Shipley has a 4-second advantage up at the top. So looking to his best Lewis Hamilton impression, running away from the field. But one man will definitely try to stop him. That's this man right here, Igor Filipic. Getting right onto the back of Escobar now. Is he going to try and make a move into the chicane? Looks to the inside, sending it up the inside. Going to turn to the outside for the second part. Got to leave the room. He's able to get around there nicely. Would the DRS be active yet? I don't believe it would be. It isn't, but Escobar could be using some DRS to try and get past. Vance is looking for a move in Escobar even. But that's not going to happen for him. Filipic now will be looking to get away from these two and bridge the 1.3 second gap up to the other DriveX Esports car of Gonzalez ahead. But Vance now very much so looking to make back up some positions and get past Escobar. Right on the back. Looks like a little bit of a lock-up, so that's not going to be ideal. Not able to get a good run into Spoon Curve. We'll see what type of run he gets out towards 130. I don't think he's going to be close enough to try anything actually. Yeah, Escobar's got a better run. So definitely not going to be able to make anything happen at the moment. But once again, update on the top three. We've got Shipley, we've got Ryan, we've got Shanna, we've got Filipic getting very close to the back of Gonzalez now. Had DRS wide open. Down the start-finish straight, so he's going to try and just stay on the back. And next DRS opportunity is going to be towards 130R. Even though I think these cars could do DRS open down towards Spoon Curve, that might be a bit risky. Interesting to know actually what type of ERS he's using as well. We'll see now if ERS going to slam wide open. Isn't? Is there only one DRS point in this track? Either way, not able to replicate the same move that he made on Diaz on his teammate just 2 laps later, but saving it for the start-finish straight. He's going to be already alongside as they get to the line, so he's going to be clear by turn 1, getting back up into 6th position of this race. See a bit of a train there, so I have a feeling there's going to be more action to come behind him, but once again 1.2 second gap up to the next car. Let's move up now towards 3rd place in the Lumos E-Motorsports car of Alexander Shanna as he runs wide out of the hairpin. It's going to give Long the opportunity to have a look somewhere. Not the best overtaking opportunity Spoon in these cars, so I have to stick behind. Don't think there's going to be anything into 130R, but into 130R. Look at this, Escobar and Vance going at it. Vance just thinking better of the move down the inside at the chicane. But we will go back up, actually back to Filipich by the looks of things, because that's a move that's looking likely to happen on Jason Kinger, and it absolutely does. Into turn one. While he was doing that, Vance and Diaz have sorted themselves out as well, with Vance managing to get himself past Diaz. But Filipich now back on the charge up towards the front. And so far not got the fastest lap of the race, but fastest lap of the last laps. So you can say he's currently the fastest car on track. And it's a sight we're used to seeing, frankly. Looking back now, up to third place. Long is not going to be letting go of the fight for third very quickly. Looking down the inside, that was quite a late move actually. I think they tried to back out of that, but maybe a bit late on the brakes. Shanna actually very slow out of there, going to allow Filipich a run. So going to be overtaken by the two Pleb Racing cars maybe. Look at Kinger trying to get involved at it as well. Oh, there's contact there, and Kinger's spun off the road. He is off at turn one, off into the barrier. That is beached. He is not going to be able to get that going again. So that is going to be a jump back to the pits. Unfortunately, not able to use the fast repair for that either. He's going to have to wait the tow out. And it looks like Filipich would have damage from that as well. We'll see if his pace changes all that much, but we look at this, it would seem like a bit of netcode actually, but Kinger definitely made contact with the back of Filipich's car. Ooh, did he get loose out of there? I think there may be damage, but a bit of netcode saved him from spinning. But either way, looking a lot slower than he was before. And yeah, going into the pits there, so definitely got some damage repair to do. Not sure whether he's got the fast repair left. I don't think he used it in the first instance, but that was a completely free pit stop under the safety car. So I wouldn't be all too surprised to see him use it, but it might not be too much time damage. Looking at how long he's sat there, he's not using it. So saving it for a rainy day, maybe a rainy lap. Would be nice if we got rain in iRacing soon. When did they first tease that, if anyone in chat knows about it? 6 months ago? But either way, you can have as many clouds as you want at the moment, but it's never going to start raining. But it looks like Long has completely gapped Shanna here. I saw a lockup in the background. That looked like contact potential, but now it means Vance is right on the back of Gonzalez with DRS open and possibly a bit of ERS weaving in and out of the slipstream. Gonna make a move into turn one, and It looks, yeah, completely done, completely clean. But this is almost the back of the pack at this point, but remember, this is 6th and 7th place. We have Height running on her own about 19 seconds back. Barris is over a lap down. Actually, are there 3 DriveX Esports cars? There are. And Filipich still sat in the pits, unfortunately. I don't think he can make up laps without there being another safety car. Kinger is out. Rory Collins is, well, still showing in the pits, but effectively out. Howland, Miranda and Colon are out as well. Katao at the bottom of the timing sheet, never started. So it looks like our main action is still going to come from these 3 drivers for 5th, 6th and 7th. Vance, Gonzalez and Escobar. Vance is on the medium tyre at the moment, so in theory has a bit of tyre advantage, although that tyre will have had probably about 10 laps of running on it now, so start to see it wear a bit. Obviously not as much as a soft tyre would, but definitely not negligible. It looks like they're all catching up to Alexander Shannon as well, who gone very wide there at Spoon, so that's going to allow them to catch up even more. It wasn't a faster line. Looks like that might have been quicker. Is there going to be a move into 130R? Looked at it, stuck a nose in there, but if you ask me which moves you definitely shouldn't be making, that is one of them. Going to be anything into turn 1 here. Escobar just not using his DRS, so maybe thinking, okay, my teammate might be quicker. I'm just sort of trying to use him to maybe get past Vance together. So either way, maybe just being careful, because obviously number 1 rule is you don't take out your teammate. That is the hard and fast rule. Filipich and Collins still in the pits. So I would hazard a guess to say that unfortunately our championship leader is out. 2 cars getting very close once again into 130R. If Escobar wanted it, there could be a move into the chicane. By the looks of things, did not go for it. So maybe he is just staying behind with the use of DRS. He could get past into turn 1. We'll see whether that happens. Looking for it now. Maybe felt he was a bit closer this time around and able to get it done before the corner, so being as little nuisance as possible whilst getting past. It's a good team game to play here. looking forward. Alexander Shanna still holding on for fourth. Vaughan's not getting too close, although the last lap times show that Vaughan's may be getting a lot closer, and could be in the potential for an overtake in the next lap or two. Firmly within DRS range. So Shanna just completely messing up the chicane there. I didn't quite see what happened. I was looking at the timing screen. That's lost him all three of the positions. We'll see if anything happens between two of the DriveX Esports cars. And no overtake to be made there, but I can see what happened. Was it just a lock up and missed the corner? Yep, looks like it was. Got onto that artificial grass a bit, and very careful on the rejoin. Better to see an overly careful rejoin than a dangerous rejoin that takes someone out, especially from one of the league admins. So props to him for not just trying to get back on the track as early as possible. But this does mean that for Vance, there is now no one in front of him very closely. Next car ahead being Club Racing Car of Long in third. Why don't we go for a bit of an onboard here with the driver in 6th position. Just see how this track is taken from the ground level. Obviously this one we found it completely flat. Just a bit of a lift for it looks like he's trying a move, maybe not quite into one before the hairpin, although Escobar has made an absolute mess of that hairpin, but still manages to stay in front. We're going to see some nice action, so we'll go back to the onboard shot for a little bit, coming up to 130R. I just want to see how it's taken with these cars. It's flat. Just shows you how much downforce these things have, that is flat. I'd imagine that the exit of the chicane is very difficult with the amount of power that these cars can put through the rear wheels at any one time. Probably very easy to spin there, and especially on cold tyres. I think that's what we saw happen on the safety car restart with a couple of people. Speaking of, I can probably find that and fully see what happened. So, if I remember rightly, ooh, that's a strange one. Sorry to rewind it, but I'd like to just go back to that. You just put full throttle immediately? Ooh, yeah, sounds like full throttle immediately. Unfortunately, that's just going to spin you. And well, that didn't go too well for Victor Barris, although at the moment he is 1 lap down from Caitlin Height, who's the next car in front, as it looks like Alex Shanna has gone into the pit lane, probably for a change of tyres. See, I believe that's the car of Rory Collins just sat there. It is. See, this looked like a scheduled pit stop, and he's gone onto softs. So it's the soft tyre for Shanna. So that's definitely put him on a 2-stop strategy. I would expect then that these tyres go maybe about 15 laps, and then you can pull another set of mediums to the end. I feel like that's probably the plan, although we did have some form of safety car. He would have been on the medium tyres for that. But, very close there out of the chicane. It seems like these two Drivex Esports drivers, they are very similarly matched pace-wise, but unfortunately it looks like they kind of get in the way of each other at some places. With maybe one being quicker in one section of track, one being quicker in another. Or just small mistakes that are very, very easy to do in this car, mind. Such as locking up slightly into the final chicane, or putting the power on slightly too much, so you've got to do a bit of corrective work. That can slow down the car behind you quite significantly. Plus it slows you down as well. But maybe especially not what you want for your teammate. Well, let's have a look at the Belford racing car of Jeremy Shipley. This is one that I think we haven't looked at in the entire race, pretty much, but he is currently leading with a gap of 8 seconds and increasing it, by the looks of things, by about 5/10 a lap over Christina Ryan in 2nd position. Why don't we stick on board for a bit? You can hear the engine of the car as Christina Ryan goes into the pits, actually. As does Vance. Maybe we leave the little break a bit longer. Has a good clean pit stop there for Christina Ryan. Like Vans is going to be coming out as well. They've both gone onto the hard tyres. So if those hard tyres can make it 30 laps, I'm sure they can if the mediums could make it 22, then they'll be on for the one-stop strategy. See how this works out in regards to Alexander Shanna, actually, who is currently 5.5 seconds behind Vans. So they've both pitted once. Technically Vans has pitted twice, but that was a free pit stop under a safety car. So effectively they've both pitted once. So we will see whether the time gained on the quicker compound of tyres will work out for Shanna in the end, or whether the one-stop strategy is going to be the best one here. Long and Shipley at the moment both opting to stay out. And that's promoted the two Drivex Esports cars to 3rd and 4th. They started on the hard tyres, so it could be a good indication of how long they'll go and what the pace on them will be. But Christina Ryan is just now on her first flying lap with these tyres. So we can maybe see what the pace differential is like. Obviously keeping in mind that Ryan did qualify higher than both of those drivers, so maybe around this track it has a bit more pace. But it'll still be a good indication of tyre fall off, because I don't believe those Drivex Esports cars are 2 seconds a lap slower, so if we see a gap like that, then we can see significant drop-off. So just going through to the final chicane now. Seeing what type of lap this is going to be. 130.2 by the looks of things. Unless there were a couple of mistakes in that I didn't see, it's very difficult to see them at this type of pace. Vans actually saying the fastest lap of the race on the hard tyres, so maybe there was a bit of a mistake in that lap. 128.8. So we could be seeing a decent amount of drop-off on these hard tyres around the lap 24 mark, although our two leaders, Shipley and Long, firmly in the 130s still. On the medium compound tyre, I would expect a pit stop pretty soon. Might as well for a one stop, but Shipley thinking better of it. Let's have a look. See what Long decides to do. So stays out. Two Drivex Esports cars, I would assume staying out. Yep, absolutely. And those are all of the drivers who have not pitted, although Height did last pit on lap 3. But yeah, definitely would assume no pit stops there. And look at Vans now just catching up. There's going to be about a 17 lap difference between these tyres, I reckon. Maybe closer to 20. So you see what kind of pace differential they have. Vaughan's definitely easily keeping on the back of Height. But how long is it going to take to overtake? Because obviously there's only really one amazing opportunity into turn 1. Shipley into the pits now, presumably going onto the hard tyre. So you could make an overtake into Spoon if you were close enough. It would require some bravery, 130R. If you can get it done before that, that would absolutely work. You probably don't want to be going side by side through it though. And into the chicane as well, as Height stays right. Shipley, no, yes, no, Vance, sorry, goes left. Saw Shipley come out of the pit, so I got confused, my apologies there. But the pass for 6th position is now done. Height is going to try and come back at him though. Tries to maybe go for the outside, but tyre advantage, unfortunately, not going to work in your favour there. Shipley now. Drivers once again who has pitted up against another driver who hasn't. He's going to be trying to dispatch of these two DriveX esports cars as fast as possible. Talked about the 130 arc could be happening here. Shipley looks to the right, thinks better of it. If you're likely to be side by side through there, you may as well wait. You're going to look towards the left for the chicane, maybe. Although a bit indecisive, maybe from either driver, so thinking better of it. So the first priority is safety to avoid contact, but looks like he will be able to try and make a move into turn 1 here. Not going to be any side by side through turn 1, just about making it done before the corner. Getting it done nicely. If anyone in the chat has any fun Suzuka facts that you'd like to share, or anything similar, please let me know. As we watch this race unfold, about halfway through by the looks of things. As we see Shipley trying to make his way back up and through traffic. Is he going to be close enough for a move into turn 1? They might be side by side through the turn. If he tries it, he's going to look for it. That grip advantage should give him enough to just breeze past. Absolutely, he does breeze past through turn 1. Getting it done before turn 2, mind, but was a bit of side by side action there in turn 1. Philippich and Collins either happy to watch the race unfold, or just maybe they've got a massive timer on their screen and they're waiting so they can get some more laps done. Because if you can get laps done, then why not? It's fun. But looking forward slightly, this is extended stint of the century occurring here. Actually, Perez levels of tyre management. As I say, that looks like something's happened to Alexander Shanna. What happened here? Coming out of the chicane, is it going to be... Ooh. Blasting the tyres and... deciding to come into the pits after that. Maybe get rid of those softs, and he has strapped on a set of mediums. So probably not feeling confident with how hot those rear tyres would have gotten. I personally don't blame him. No positions to lose from a pit stop for him as well, so might as well get that done. I'm sure at some point this car will come into the pits. Has anyone told them that you need to pit? Pitting might be a nice idea for the fresh tyres, but last lap was a 1:30.5, so they're evidently not feeling the wear all that much. So, very impressive. From the multi-talented Elisa Long. Because I understand that they're also one of the ones that is in charge of the broadcasts for the F2 and F3 races. One of which was before this one, I believe, F3. You correct me if I'm wrong. Let's just stick on with our current leader here. As they're making their way around the track for the 31st time out of 52. Oh dear, that's not what you want to happen on the power a bit too early. And having to reverse off track, waiting for Jeremy Shipley to come past. That's Diaz and Gonzalez going to have to come past as well. Just a bit too early on the power, out of the hairpin. And that is what we call in the business a commentator's curse. So, sorry. Although I'm sure you can't blame me, you've probably done it a few times as well. But I would expect to see that pit stop now that the rear tyres are probably as hot as the sun. Be very careful on the power. Nope, still staying out. We're probably currently watching the most adamant car on track to stick to the plan. As I know how twitchy this car can be when any of the variables change, especially hot rear tyres. That's not going to feel very nice for a little bit. That's probably temperature's probably died down a bit by now, but still, there'll be extra wear on that as well. Stay out for 32 laps. Granted, 3 of them were on the safety car, but still in the half race distance on the medium tyres. That's no easy thing to do. Let's have a look here at our current leader and definite overall leader as well, as we saw him come into the pits just 7 laps ago. Jeremy Shipley looking confident at the top, looking dominant at the top. And let's stay on board for a bit on the nose camera while I stay quiet for a little bit, and you can enjoy the sounds of this Mercedes-Benz Formula 1 race car. So, looks like while you have been listening to the lovely sounds, it's Mercedes Formula 1 car, may have had a couple changes. Elisa Long finally coming into the pits on lap 35, stretching out the mediums so that they could put on a set of soft tyres to run towards the end. So, some very impressive tyre conservation. Probably going to be a pretty good strategy. Although it was unfortunate with that spin, because it does mean that they've kind of got 13 seconds behind Caitlin Height, who does still have to pit. It'll be another 5 seconds up the road to get to Christina Ryan, who at this point may not have to pit. We've seen, well, we are currently seeing the two DriveX Esports cars on the hard tyre from the start. Still up there. And it's been just under 37 laps now for those tyres. About 34, 33 of them under anger, and they look like they're still holding up strong, so those drivers who did decide to pit on lap 21, lap 25 for the hard tyres can definitely make it to the end. Obviously providing that they don't absolutely shred their tyres. Looking at it, seems that these are the two closest drivers on track. That seems to have been a pretty constant thing throughout the race. Although I do hope that they are in a voice call together, because it is one of the rules of this league that you cannot pit, you cannot enter the pits at the same time as your teammate, because obviously in real Formula 1 you'll have the same pit box, but in iRacing you will not have the same pit box. There's a pit box per driver in iRacing. So naturally that just wouldn't happen in F1, but it would be able to happen here. And the penalty that they give out for this, if that does happen, and I believe it did happen last race at Brazil 2 weeks ago, is the second driver to enter the pits will get a drive-through penalty. So that is something that they want to avoid. But looking at how Long is now on the softs, I would say that those two DriveX Esports drivers in second and third would probably be able to make the stop around now onto softs and be able to be quite aggressive on them, maybe. I feel it would be a good idea to at least have one of them stop, as Thomas Vance is closing onto the back of them. Obviously, overtaking someone takes up some of your time, but at the same time, being overtaken will also eat into some of the some precious time. So either way you look at it, it would be a costly affair. Vance going to try something into the chicane, opts to not go for it there, just trying to stick onto the back of Gonzalez as best as possible. Gonzalez pulls it into the pits. Vance is going to get some lovely DRS from that then. Help him catch up with Escobar just in front of him. Also known on the timing sheet as Diaz Escobar. We'll see where Gonzalez comes out in relation to everyone else. Looks like it's going to be in quite the gap. Between Alexander Shannon and Lisa Long. That gap will come down as Shannon comes past the pit lane. And we'll see a true representation of what type of gap the two leading DriveX esports cars are going to be in when they have both made their pit stops. Maybe about 10 seconds in front, 20 seconds back. And I would assume that Diaz is going to follow the lead of his teammate and put it into the pits this time around. He's not. So a bit of a different strategy, maybe thinking that Vance getting a potential overtake on this lap won't be too much of a time loss, or maybe just realising where his teammate is out on track and thinking that it doesn't really matter that much, which probably would be true, as Elisa Long gets the fastest lap of the race at a 28.6. That is a good 0.3 faster than what Vance was able to manage on his quickest lap. Now 7 seconds up the road to Caitlin Height. I can't remember that number in my head. As looks like the gap's closing by about 1.4 seconds a lap. Speaking of a gap that's closing, I think this gap is firmly closed, as Diaz Escobar now pulling into the pits. Promotes Thomas Vance into second position. It's going to put Christina Ryan up into third. And her teammate, as we were talking about, Caitlin Height in fourth. But being chased down. About a second gained on this lap. So if Long can keep up this pace and the differential between themselves and two Rice Crews Racing cars, then maybe, just maybe, a podium could be on the cards here. That's a little bit slidey there out of the hairpin. Gonna have to try and avoid little mistakes like that, because it's at this point where every 10th absolutely counts. Gonna have to make up at least a second a lap to Christina Ryan if they want to get onto the podium. And it's just also the realization you've also got to get past Kate, right? As Thomas Varnes once again stealing that fastest lap back off of Long. No rebuttal as of yet. See whether this lap is going to be the one to get that all-important purple lap time, the fastest lap. We'll have a look from the air. This just does give you a brilliant sense of speed. You see the iconic underpass at Suzuka. Bit of a lock-up, but very tidy through the hairpin. So it's been like a very tidy lap so far, although it's extremely difficult with these cars to know whether it's a quick lap just from looking at it. And when everything's going slower, it's obviously a bit easier to tell, but considering we're currently at, what, 300 kilometers an hour? Yeah, good luck. So I maybe looked a little bit early on the brakes into the chicane. Try and keep it as tight as possible through the last corner, going out wide towards the line. It's going to be 129.4, just not quite the pace they're looking for. Pace actually coming from Daniel Diaz-Escobar. 128.001, just nearly getting into the 127s. I'm going to have a quick look to see what is the what was the fastest lap from the real race. Actually, did they race here last year? I don't think they did. I have to have a look, but I don't believe there was a race held in 2021 due to the pandemic. No, there was not, nor in 2020. The last race was in 2019. With Valtteri Bottas taking. Fastest lap of that one being the 130.9, so obviously these cars on the sim definitely quicker than their real life counterparts, but at the same time you can do all sorts of weird things with setup in a simulator, as Shanna is once again into the pits, presumably for a simple tyre change. But yeah, obviously you can do some strange setup work in sims that you probably wouldn't be able to do in real life. Obviously, this is absolutely the closest that we're going to get in a simulator to the real car. But naturally, being a simulator, there's going to be some quirks to it, and obviously, if you crash, it's not necessarily that big of a deal. Naturally, your competitive spirit is going to be very disappointed, because you don't know. No one ever wants to crash out of a race. But the good thing about a simulator, you're never going to get hurt. Whereas, unfortunately, injuries do exist in real life. So naturally, drivers can't push as much as they might be able to. But unfortunately for Long in 5th position, looks like the promising pace of the soft tyres has evaporated slightly by now. They've been on those tyres for nearly 12 laps, definitely catching Caitlin Height, but also being caught by Diaz Escobar behind. Absolutely thumping those curbs there through the chicane. Out onto the front straight. You can see just the difference in times between 4th and 5th. But then you've also got the difference back to 6th. We may get a 3-way fight here, although I have a sneaking suspicion, despite having the track position at the moment, I don't think Caitlin Height's going to win this one. Hard tyres, actually that would explain it. Hard tyres, she's been on them since lap 3, as Elisa Long going for a move into the hairpin, sorry. Caught off guard. I did not expect that at all, but clearly the pace differential is so large that's possible. It looks like Height's doing a bit of battery charging as well. Actually, they're both doing a bit of battery charging as Height's able to manage to hold on for the moment through Spoon on the run down to 130R. They may all converge on each other at the chicane here. Height just breaking the slipstream a little bit. See if anyone's going to dive on anyone in the chicane. They all decide to keep it behind one another in a train. It's like the run off the chicane. Absolutely give it to Long against Height. But what is Diaz Escobar going to do here? Maybe looking towards the middle. But not going to happen. Oh dear, that is a massive accident. That is Elisa Long into the crash fencing. And revving your engine not going to help. That's very much so out. I'm going to be honest, I thought Long had that overtake in the bag. I thought it was going to be done well before T1. But looks like that's not what happened. And ooh, what I was talking about of it being a simulator. Had a few of those before. This is a lucky that it's a simulator moment. So just going back to that, I want to go to Diaz Escobar, go to the nose camera, because that's going to show us better what happened here. And probably just oh dear, there was a secondary incident in that all as well. Hang on. Feel like Long expecting Height to be closer to the apex than maybe she was, but that was not how it went. And Elisa Long sent spearing, pirouetting into the catch fencing. I have to say, a 10 out of 10 from the acrobatics judge. You can see Filipich there firmly now given up on coming back out onto the track, but I just want to see this one again from the outside. Diaz Escobar looking down the inside. Oh, very, very good save from height. Maybe helped out a little bit by Escobar on the second tap, but nevertheless, very well held. But just go back at that again. That is a freeze frame that you do not want to see. And ooh, what's the result? I'm pretty sure actually Elisa Long boldly trying to get it back on track. After that, if my timing screen does not tell me any lies. Although clearly that car would be going no further. But back towards the live action, we have Juan Jose Gonzalez, teammate right behind him in Victor Barris, but Barris being a lap down. Gonzalez now chasing down height to... oh! That's another case of too early on the power out of the hairpin. And that's a wall, and front wing is lost, unfortunately. That overtake will now firmly not be happening from that DriveX Esports car. We saw this with slightly less devastating circumstances from Elisa Long earlier in the race. Actually, it looked like that front right had a bit of a heavy hit as well, so fairly surprised there's actually that wheel is still on the car. But no doubt going to be entering the pits to fix that bit of damage and finish off this race. But looking back on it, it's definitely been an eventful one. We've seen, well, possibly the most aggressive crash I think I have seen from these cars. Although that just goes to show that it was wheel-to-wheel contact, and that's what you get. You've got both tyres rotating at... Well, let's see how fast Shipley's going to go through turn 1. Solid 200 kilometers an hour before slowing down for... Well, while slowing down for turn 2. So you've got both wheels rotating, making the car go that quick. You've got front to back contact on those wheels, then naturally someone's going flying, and that's unfortunately what we saw. But I don't think I'd be able to apportion blame on that one. See height here on those effectively the whole race old hard compound tyres. Evidently she changed tyres during a pit stop under that safety car period that we had at the start, and has just decided to stick on them for the entire race. Why not? But checkered flag is out now, and Jeremy Shipley wins a very, very intense, well, maybe not too much of an intense drive for him, but it was very eventful. iFL1 Japanese Grand Prix. He's going to be the winner for week 3. Vaughn's coming home in 2nd place. Christina Ryan there, fastest lap of her race being the last lap, but not the fastest lap of the race. Coming in 3rd, fastest lap of the race going to Diaz Escobar in 4th, with aforementioned Height coming home in 5th. Shanna has finished in 7th and Barris finished in 8th. And now just waiting for Juan Jose Gonzalez to round us out. And yeah, I agree, the netcode was strong on those 2 incidents, unfortunately that is how it goes sometimes with it being a simulator and all. So then, let's get some confirmation here of the results of this race. As we saw, Jeremy Shipley, pretty commanding win after all of the many events that happened in the first 10 laps. Thomas Barnes coming home for a lovely 2nd place. Christina Ryan in 3rd. Pretty sure this race producing the best results for a decent amount of our drivers here. 4th place going to Daniel Diaz Escobar. 5th place, Caitlin Height. And as we see behind it, maybe a bit of a photo shoot for the Raspberries Racing drivers. 6th, Juan Jose Gonzalez. 7th, Barris. 8th, Alexander Shannon. 9th, Elisa Long. Looked to be a bit of a better result for them, but unfortunately a massive accident flipping into the barrier prevented that. And Igor Filipic, pole sitter, caught up in all the action in first few laps. Well, frankly, unfortunately, being the cause of the action on the first lap by either not reacting to the lights or having them go off at a different time due to a desync. We'll probably know the cause of that in next week's broadcast. Jason King in 11th, Rory Collins in 12th, Avon Haugland in 13th, Rodrigo Miranda in 14th, and Luis Colon finishing in 15th and rounding out the field. Well, I say finishing in 15th. Unfortunately, neither of those 2 drivers at the bottom completed a lap, but they still count either way. And why not get a bit of an interview? We have Thomas Barnes available. I'm just going to bring him in. Hello, Thomas. Congratulations on the 2nd place. How do you think that race went?
Well, besides the safety car, everything went pretty smooth. You know, I was in the back of the field after that safety car shuffle, but was able to come back and really enjoyed the race.
Yeah, we saw you moving through the field. It was a great one to see, but just about that safety car, what do you reckon happened? Do you think there might have been some sort of desync in the lights? I don't know if you saw what the cause was.
Well, so I could see Igor, like, as soon as the lights went out, he wasn't moving.
Yeah.
And then, like, I saw somebody, like, swerve to miss him, and, like, at the same time, I got hit, so I didn't see what else happened, if he eventually got moving or whatnot. But I do know something may have happened, whether it was, you know, a wheel issue where his clutches weren't working, or, you know, desync in the lights. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I just know the lights went out for all of us, and I know one car wasn't moving.
Yeah, it's unfortunate how that happened, but I just wanted to ask on the tyre front, how were yours feeling by the end? Because it looked like the hard tyres could go pretty much all the way. We saw Caitlin Height in 5th. She changed onto a hard tyres on lap 3.
Yeah, so I did testing, and I could have done the same. My testing, you can basically run the entire race on hards, if you're careful enough. But the way I did mine, my tires, they felt no major difference from lap 1. There was still about 50% tire left at the end of the race, so the tires felt great in my opinion.
Yeah, well, that's all good. I just actually just got confirmation that Igor actually accidentally left his car in neutral for the start.
That will happen.
Yeah, so I guess that'll do it. Put the foot down and it won't go anywhere if it's not in gear. But either way, congratulations on the 2nd place. And what are your thoughts looking forward to the next race in Imola?
I really enjoy Imola. Looking forward to it. I already have been working on some setups here and there for it. So really looking forward to getting in and driving Imola because it's a really fun track to drive.
Yeah, okay, well, congratulations, and we'll go and let you celebrate.
Thank you very much.
So that was Thomas Barnes, our 2nd place driver, and we'll see if we can talk to 3rd place, Christina. Hello, Christina. How do you think that went for you?
Well, we're on the podium, so that's a good start. No, we got kind of lucky on the start we missed the crash, and then it was just chaos from there behind me. But it's just I raced my butt off on that last stint. I don't know if you could tell or not, but those hards were giving up. I was pushing really hard. I really wanted the podium. I'm really exhausted, but I'm really happy I'm here.
Yeah, no, well, congratulations either way. Did hear from Thomas just now that he thought his tyres were fine. And I'm assuming you're in a voice chat with Caitlin. She went from lap 3 on the hards?
Yeah, she got a little sneaky. We were talking about it, and she's basically my live data center for the race.
Yeah.
The tires, I think it was in a graining phase, because I knew the tires had a lot more in them, and I checked on them, and they were fine. So I think it was just a graining phase. They really fired up when I needed them to, with about 4 or 5 laps to go. But yeah, she was giving me all the info I needed. She's like, I was like, do you think we can do 30 laps on hards? And she said, oh, easily. So I boxed and put them on, and was pretty much on an island for most of the race. So that was nice enough, but couldn't stop Thomas. He was way too fast. But yeah, podium's really nice after all that.
Yeah, that island probably unfortunately due to the chaos at the start. What were your thoughts trying to avoid that one?
I think the pole sitter didn't go, or whoever was in front of the car in front of me didn't go. I don't know if he stalled or had a clutch issue. But
accidentally left it in neutral.
He left it in neutral. Oh no. Well, that'll do it.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I got an okay start. I slipped my rears again. I always slip my rear. I'm not sure why, but I didn't get an awful start, but I didn't get a good one. But I think I had a slow initial getaway, which kind of helped me. It gave me time to react when they touched. For me, the hole just kind of opened. I just went to the left and was okay. But yeah, that'll do it. That's unfortunate because he looked really quick too.
Yeah, definitely.
But no, everything kind of happened behind me as far as the chaos. I went underneath somebody and then just kept digging and was waiting for the safety car from there. So it was just managing the tires. I had a little moment on the restart on the cold tires. I almost lost it in spoon, but got kind of lucky, got it back, and just took care of it from there. I was just waiting for the final few laps to see if I was having a shot at a podium, and then I was just driving my butt off. So
you know, those cold tires look really deadly. I'm pretty sure that that's how Avon had to retire as well. Pretty sure he had to retire after a cold tire mishap at Degner 1.
Yeah, I was a little bit behind them. They got a better getaway than I did because I was being real cautious on the tires.
Yeah.
But I saw him backwards and flying off the track, so I think he did lose it at Degner 1. It was really weird because you knew they were going to be cold, but like you're going so slow behind the safety car that it feels like I don't know. You get up through the high speed corners. I went through the Degners. I felt like they were still chilly, but I didn't feel like they were going to like dump me like they did there. So I think I had the same kind of issue he did. I just got lucky enough that I had runoff and I was able to react fast enough to keep the car from rotating all the way. But need a new fire suit after that one, but it's all good.
Well, either way, congratulations on the third. And do you have any thoughts coming into Imola next week?
Historically, I don't get along too well there. So, no. I'm glad I got my podium here. I love this track so much. It's one of my favorites pretty much in the whole world. Japanese tracks are really fun, so I'm glad we could perform here. I know Katie is pretty good at Imola, so I'm hoping that she can get some speed down there and carry the team again. So, other than that, no, I'm happy. I'm taking my trophy and going. I don't care what happens next week.
Yeah, well, either way, I hope you guys have a good race. And before I let you go, is there anyone you need to thank?
Absolutely. A big thank you to Katie for being my little Checo Perez at the end. I don't know. I think I checked the end of the race and there was like a really nasty netcode crash. I hope Alyssa's okay. That looked scary, but no, I think thanks to her. Yeah, no kidding. But yeah, thanks to her, she was giving me all the data and kind of that podium is probably more on her than me, honestly. And big thanks to Prismatic Motorsports for being part of this group and I don't know, believing in me, I guess. Happy podium, everybody who's watching. But yeah, it was pretty fun. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, well, congratulations, and I'll let you go. Look forward to seeing you race and maybe talking to you on the podium in Imola. Don't discount it.
I guess we'll see, but I think we'd have to have another one of the races like we did here, another couple restart calamities.
Well, but anything can happen.
For sure, it usually does. It usually does.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
All right. Well, thank you. You too.
Well, let's see if we can get a word from our race winner, Gipley. Hello, Jeremy. You there for a quick interview?
Hello?
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I think main question is, how are you? Congratulations on the victory.
Thanks, Sam. Pretty good. Probably would have gotten third behind Igor and Olvind.
Yeah, well, I think I think that chaos at the start is definitely a talking point of the race, and you were the car directly behind Igor, right? So
yeah, he didn't go.
Yeah.
But then I just didn't have enough time to completely swerve out of the way. But I still had like 5 feet, so it was definitely netcode.
Oh, okay, yeah. So because I definitely saw a bit of contact, but didn't know whether it was due to netcode or anything, because you didn't seem to be too affected by it.
Yeah, I didn't even have any damage from it.
Okay, well, worked out well for you in the end. I guess the rest of the race was probably just about managing pace and tires.
Yeah, my mediums at the start, they still had 56% left, so I could have probably gone all the way on those.
Yeah, no, we did see some pretty long stints. It looked like the hards could actually go the entire race distance. So maybe for any next races around Suzuka, that's something to think about. But got any thoughts going into Imola next week?
Really like Imola, so I should do pretty good. This was probably my worst track on the season, so.
Oh well, worked out well for you there, didn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, congratulations. Before I let you go, is there anyone that you need to thank today?
I know Rodrigo had a bad race. I think he got collected in the first lap. But yeah. That's it.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you very much for the interview, and congratulations once again. And we'll see you in the next race.
All right. Thank you.
So that about wraps us up today. Once again, get the results on the screen for round 3 at Suzuka for the iFormula iFL1 championship. Once again, just looking for who had the fastest lap. In the end, actually, fastest lap went to 8th place. Nope, 7th. Victor Barris. Who's missing? Oh no, it's because of pit boxes. My apologies. I'm just getting confused between the differences of what's on the race results screen and the timing. But I'm sure this is the correct one. But overall, bit of an exciting race to watch there from the start. Some very major incidents being the main talking points. But I've been Jason Sawford. Hopefully, you all enjoyed the stream.